Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Portland Snowhawks. Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway from the City of Roses. Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Henry up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. A toss left. Henry uses the stiff arm. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Looking to throw. He's got a man, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Oh, he fakes a spike. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
On second down, here's Henry. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. After the penalty, it's Henry. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. On the counter, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. It's Williams on the catch. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game?
That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick 6. Mariota on the screen. This is Eckler. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Mariota. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Eckler, they run left side. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. From the red zone now, Mariota. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Six 0 our score after 1. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll toss it to Henry. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Snowhawks are able to move back in front. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. That time a 6-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw, Mariota. Open man is Palmer. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yard.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and this is picked up by the defense.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or 2.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Give to Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 90 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Henry on first down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Mariota's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Mariota. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mariota now. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll drop to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So we've reached... Looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So it looked like a good opening drive to start this third quarter, but ultimately it's going to be an unfruitful one as they give it away on the fumble.
Yeah, the way they were moving it, you figured they were in good position to take the lead, but they sure picked a bad time to be lackadaisical with the football. They wound up giving it away.
A first down carry for Henry. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Henry out of the pistol, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Second down, they go again with Henry. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne, 38 yards. And the Snowhawks take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Good throw there. And I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason. And what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. first down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. To throw is Mariota. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mariota. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Portland's offense now about set to take over. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Henry running right. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Snowhawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now Mariota. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. They'll fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 36 yards on the play.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They'll throw again. Mariota. He's got Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Going on the ground with Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Marcus Mariota. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 28 yards there. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Derrick Henry. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Snowhawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. LA set to take over again on offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mariota to throw it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The Chargers on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mariota now to throw on first down. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. They'll set up a throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and
he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Henry up the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
142 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. One last shot now for Mariota. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the home team here, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL